So coming into this season, 197 has been looked at as possibly the weakest weight class out of the 10 in the NCAA's. I don't know that I'd really make an argument on that. I think that's probably correct. Outside of at the top, where you have Bo Nickel at number one. Bo Nickel is the returning national champion from 184. He decided to move up in weight and is likely to win the Hodge if he keeps up his pace right now. He's been absolutely dominant at 197. So what I'm going to do right now is just go through the brackets here and make my picks. So for the pigtail, I'm not sure it really matters who gets through. I'm going to pick Nickel to win there. Then in the match after that, it'll be Steven Loazo versus Hockett from Fresno State. I'll pick Loazo to win that. Then Honus versus Jacobson. I'll take Honus. And then in the last match on the top quarter, it'll be a lot of different ways you can pronounce that, I guess. Bulsack. Bulzik. But yes, I'll take Traxler over him. And then you got Nickel versus Loazo in the round of 16. I'll take Bo Nickel, getting bonus points along the way. And then Honus versus Traxler. These guys, technically, they haven't gone against each other before. They were supposed to match up in a tournament earlier, where Honus ended up taking the medical forfeit. So Traxler moved on. I'll pick Traxler, but there isn't any actual matches between the two to go off of. So then in the quarterfinals, it would be Bo Nickel versus Nathan Traxler. These guys have gone against each other, and Nickel got a pin this season, so I would expect him to do the same again and move on to the semifinals. So we can circle Bo Nickel. All right, now for the next quarter, it'll be Jacob Warner versus Phipps. I will take Warner in that match. Lane versus Rocco Kaywood. I'll take Kaywood. Mason McDonald and Adams. I will take McDonald. And then Whitman and Brucky. I will take Brucky. So then that moves us along. Kaywood versus Warner. This match actually did happen at the 2018 Midlands with Kaywood winning 5-3. Warner has shown a lot of improvement lately in the last few months, and I think even though he did lose the previous matchup to Kaywood, I think he's actually going to be able to get it done here. And by seeding standards, this wouldn't be an upset, but I guess if you just go off the fact they've only gone against each other once and Kaywood got the win, it might be a somewhat surprising result, but I'll take Warner to win this one. And then between McDonald and Brucky, these guys have not gone against each other before, but I will pick Brucky to win that match. And so then we get Brucky and Warner. These guys have gone against each other once before. This was also in the 2018 Midlands. Brucky got the win 4-2. But some of the same logic that I'm using on the Kaywood matchup, where I felt like Warner's just improved a good amount lately. Even though he could probably use a little bit more work getting off bottom, his neutral game seems to be looking a little bit better. He's scoring a lot more points in the Big Ten tournament, so I'll take Warner to pull the minor upset here over Brucky, giving us the top half semifinal between Jacob Warner and Bo Nickel, and I will pick Bo Nickel to win that match, meaning that Nickel will be in the finals. I know, shocking. Let's see how I can draw that out. BN, Bo Nickel. All right, now for the bottom half of the bracket. So we'll start off with Preston Weigel versus Seeley. I'll take Weigel in that matchup. We have Orndorff versus Schultz. I will take Orndorff. You got Christian Brunner versus Root. I'll take Brunner. And Willie Miklas versus Rotman of Navy. I'll take Miklas. So then we'll get Weigel versus Orndorff. These guys have gone against each other just once before. It was in 2017. Preston Weigel won that match 15-0, so I'll take him to win this match as well. And then between Brunner and Miklas, these guys have not gone against each other. Brunner's a decent 197-pounder, but I think with Miklas right now, it's kind of hard to gauge where he's going to be at emotionally. He did just lose his father. Part of the reason why he transferred from Missouri to Iowa State was to be closer to his father. Big 10 or Big 12s, I guess it could have gone better for him. Didn't have a very good match with Weigel, but I think that just kind of coming into this tournament, this is his last go around. There might be a little something extra pushing him here, and for that reason, I'll take him over Brunner, which then puts us with Weigel and Miklas, which, as I just mentioned before, previous matchup went to Weigel as a 10-0 win in last week. Now, to be fair to Miklas, the matchup they had before that in 2018, Miklas won by a score of 10-4. So these guys are actually split 1-1. So Miklas is though he did have that pretty bad loss recently, it's not like this isn't a guy that he can't beat. With that being said, I just think that Preston Weigel is going to get the win here, and they'll take Miklas out and put Weigel into the semis. On the bottom quarter, we have Aiello versus McLaughlin. I'll take Aiello. From Virginia, we have Stout versus Slay. I will take Slay from Virginia Tech. Diaby versus Jacob Woodley. I'll take Jacob Woodley. And then Perry and Moore, I'll take Colin Moore. So then between Aiello and Slay, these guys have gone against each other twice. They've split their results. The most recent one, Slay won 7-3. The one before that, Aiello won 9-1. So I'll pick Slay because he has the more recent win here, but it's kind of worth noting that Aiello did have a more dominant win between the two, but I'll take Slay because he's coming off the win in the recent matchup, and it's not like it was a super close match. And then in the other one, we have Jacob Woodley and Colin Moore. Now, so far, I've done brackets for every weight class except for this one in heavyweight to this point, and I'll put up the heavyweight one right after this. And there haven't been any major upsets. I think the biggest one that I have to this point is Piccinini losing to Foz. But Colin Moore is a guy who was prone to this upset last year when he lost to Kyle Connell. Cannell isn't in it this year. I believe he's got an injury that forced him out for the season. But Moore's a guy who's proven that he can be upset before. Woodley's a guy who impressed me last year when he was able to beat Jacob Warner. Has kind of been up and down this season. Hasn't been as good as I thought he'd be, but he's still definitely capable of handling some of the top guys, or at least going with some of the top guys. So I'm actually going to pick the upset here and pick Jacob Woodley to take out Colin Moore. If it lets me draw that in. All right, you get the point, though. So then we'll have Woodley moving forward versus Slay. These guys have not gone against each other before, but I'll take Woodley to win this matchup as well. So Jacob Woodley will be a surprise semifinalist here. So that would put him against Preston Weigel. These guys have gone against each other just once before. This was last week, and Weigel got the win 13-0. So I will give Preston Weigel the win here, meaning that the finals will be between Preston Weigel and Bo Nickel. So let's draw that in. So B N P W. And by a surprise to nobody, with Bo Nickel being as dominant as he's been this year, I'll take him to win it all. So Bo Nickel, 197 champion. Not too crazy as far as who I'm picking for the winner, but I guess the upset of Jacob Woodley and him getting the semis would be a bit surprising. So we'll see if that happens, and I look forward to watching.